Hello and good afternoon, everybody. Welcome once again to Sweet Johnson Stadium on the campus of North Eugene High School in beautiful Eugene, Oregon. As today, your Roseburg Dr. Stewarts begin play in the AAA American Legion Baseball Oregon State Tournament. As they get ready for the start of tournament play, they'll be preparing for the Mid-Valley Southpaws here this afternoon. The Doc Stewarts are looking to win and stay on the winner's side of the bracket. After winning in a play-in round game yesterday, the Doc Stewarts were able to win against the Sherwood Lobos to secure their spot in this 8-team field. And now that they're here, it's a double elimination bracket, so it's not win or go home yet for the Doc Stewarts, and they're trying to make sure that they'll at least make it through the weekend. They'll need at least one win to do so, and they'd like to start it off against the Southpaws here today. Doc Stewart's coming in at 19-15-1. The Southpaws 26-13 on the season. Doc Stewarts have won their last two. For the Southpaws, they have dropped their last two games. Those were the end of the regular season for them. They haven't played in a little bit, and now they get ready to take on the Doc Stewarts here today. We'll talk more about the matchup as we continue on through the Roseburg Disposal pregame show. You can let them make the run of the dump for you. Give them a call at 673-7122. As we make our way towards the start of the ball game, we want to remind everybody today's contest is streaming live with video online at 541radio.com. Actually, sorry about that. Let's say this. The video stream is on our YouTube channel. Go to 1490 The Score on YouTube, and you can find the live video stream there. This morning we found out we're having some technical difficulties with our website today. It's going to be something every day, apparently. Today, it's the website is down, something with our servers, something that's above my head and my limited knowledge. So they're working on that behind the scenes. But right now, to get access to the video stream, go straight to our YouTube channel and find it there. That is 1490 The Score on YouTube. You can hit the subscribe button to follow Doc Stewart's baseball throughout this state tournament here in Eugene. It is sponsored by the Cow Creek Tribe. We'll go ahead and take a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll get a chance to catch up with head coach Eric Savage as the Doc Stewarts get ready to take on the Mid-Valley Southpaws here on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Find everything you need to enjoy the outdoors, at home or on the road, at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our garden center has what you need to create an oasis at home, from patio furniture to plants and everything in between. And whether you're barbecuing at home or tailgating at the game, we stock the best products from Yeti, Traeger, and Weber. Stop by or shop online at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
In baseball, home plate is always 60 feet, 6 inches from the mound. But in life, sometimes your home plate needs to move. If you're planning to move, contact BTB Moving for help. BTB Moving is a labor-only company offering statewide services such as packing and unpacking, loading and unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24. Savage, Coach, congratulations on getting the team here. Looking back yesterday, a quality win that early on was, a competitive game. You guys were able to break open in the fourth inning. It's nice to carry some momentum and get a kind of a big win like that to get under your belt, but it did mean you have to win one more game in your chase for a state championship. How'd you feel about the way the team performed yesterday, and how does that prepare you for what you guys have got ahead for you?
Oh, super excited how we played yesterday. Number one, Corbin did a really good job of commanding the zone with 3 pitches, and when your pitcher's in the zone like that, it gives you an opportunity to win ball games. He wasn't trying to strike out guys. He was throw into contact, which gives us an opportunity to make plays for him, which kept him in a good place pitch count-wise. And, he just did a phenomenal job. Him and Knox there, they did a great job. And then defensively, we played a heck of a game. And, we've been working towards this. We're getting better every week at defense and just doing the basics. And then offensively, man, we put pressure on them pretty much every inning. And then we had that really big inning where we threw together some big hits after some walks and finally capped it off, with a 10-run rule there at the end of the ball game. And just a great way to start our venture here. And I hope the momentum keeps going. We got Colton Sidewell going on the mound today, and if he can repeat what Corbin did yesterday, we got a really good chance of doing well today. So,
a tournament setting, you hope to be playing, a couple of days from now and still be in this one deep into the tournament, which means that as we've talked about, pitching is always so premium. How much were you guys kind of talking about, even with the players, up in the booth? I'm sure in your mind, getting that one done early was critical to you, but was that something you were putting on the players to try and set you guys up for success later on in the tournament?
Well, not necessarily on the players, but as coaches, we were sitting there talking and trying to strategize for the rest of the tournament. And once we saw that, okay, we have this big inning going on, let's start talking about what our options are. And we knew we had Cade in the bullpen, and keeping Evan at 60 is huge for us. Now he's only on a 2-day rest, and Cade came in and had some struggles, but we were able to keep him under the threshold where he had to sit a day. So, it's good to get both those guys on the mound and get them reps on the mound in a state tournament type setting. And, just kind of strategizing with the coaches. We were sitting there talking, and, one of us felt one way, another one felt another way. Next thing you know, we get a few runs. We're like, okay, we're going Cade. We're going to save Corbin. And it was kind of a unified effort there. And super excited how we played, and we're able to save some guys. So.
Yeah. Today you guys get the first round of the state playoffs, and every team that goes through the play-in round gets a team that performed really well during the regular season, and you guys get the Mid-Valley Southpaws. Haven't had a chance to see them this year. It's a program that's kind of back in the mix of things. What do you know about them? Have you learned anything about them? What do you expect out of the opponent here today?
Well, they came down and played in our Father's Day tournament, and I got to watch them in the championship game against the Medford Club, and they did a good job handling the Medford Club in the championship game. And Medford's a good team. It was early on. I know that they're fast, they're scrappy, they play the game the right way. They can push, they can drag. They're good at moving runners. They've got some young arms that are talented. So we got to come ready to play and be able to be focused and play the game pitch by pitch. And we don't know who we're going to see on the mound. We don't know a ton about them, but we know that we have to come play the game the right way and do what we have to do, the little things to get a big win today. So. But Troy Babbitt has done a phenomenal job in years past with that program. Just a good baseball coach all around. He's got a good staff, so he'll have his club ready to play today.
Speaking of getting your club ready, how do you feel like this team today, the guys getting that first big win out of the way? The guys feel like they're coming in loose, excited about the opportunity?
Well, the feeling this morning is that they're just elated to be here. I hope they bring that same mentality, same approach that we had yesterday. The feeling yesterday was just like, wow, I feel sorry for anyone that steps on the field against us. And today, it's day 2, and I still kind of get that feeling from the guys, but we'll see where we're at. Sleeping away from home and waking up next to a teammate right next to you, and that's a different situation that we haven't done this year. And so we'll see how we react to staying overnight and coming out and competing, and that's the number one thing. I'll take win or loss as long as we compete every single pitch and go 110% and do things the right way. So.
All right, Coach. Best of luck to you guys out there today.
Thank you, Joey.
That is Coach Eric Savage here in the Roseburg Disposal pregame show. Let them make the run to the dump for you. Give them a call at 673-0363. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. We come back with your Cooper's Pest Control starting lineups before first pitch of today's ball game here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
Could get your feet wet. We get ready for first pitch of today's ball game. Doc Stewart's in the first round of the state tournament. They are taking on the Mid-Valley Southpaws. Let's take a look at your Cooper's Pest Control starting lineup for the Roseburg Doc Stewarts when you're looking to build the best defensive lineup for your home this summer, protecting you from those bugs. Well, give Cooper's Pest Control a call. They're your locally owned bug assassins, 673-0363. As we get ready for it, head coach Eric Savage in his first year leading the Doc Stewarts as head coach. His lineup has Brooks Avery, the shortstop, leading off, followed by Carson Dunn in center field. The third baseman, Cade Johnson, batting third, followed by first baseman Daniel Withers in the cleanup spot. Batting fifth and DHing today will be Evan Martin. He will hit for starting pitcher Colton Sywell. Logan Anderson, the second baseman, batting sixth, followed by catcher Knox Hubbard, and right field batting eighth Cole Collins, and rounding out the starting nine will be Sebastian Watson, the left fielder. That's a look at your Cooper's Pest Control starting lineup for the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts. On the mound for the Mid-Valley Southpaws is going to be a soon-to-be junior from Lebanon High School, Bryant Starr, a second-team All-State infielder during the spring season. He'll be on the mound. Right-hander for the Southpaws, getting the start, getting the baseball to begin the postseason for the Southpaws. Doc Stewart's winning yesterday to get here. Looking to win again today to stay on the winner's side of the bracket as the tournament gets underway. First pitch high and away, ball one to Brooks Avery as we are underway just ahead of the 1 o'clock hour. Pitch belted in the air, third base side, playable and caught by Drew Rice, the third baseman. And there's one away as we get things started. Avery flies out in foul territory. Carson Dunn will bat. Bryant Starr on the mound. I was reading a preview story about this Mid-Valley team as a first pitch popped up right side out of play. That'll be strike one for Carson Dunn. Bryant Starr didn't pitch really during the spring season, it sounds like, for Lebanon, but they like what they've seen out of him here during the summer as he's gotten a lot of innings. He'll get Carson Dunn in the backside. Hit by pitch to the second batter in the ball game. Bryant Starr will give up his first base runner of the afternoon. One on, one away. Cade Johnson coming up to bat for the Doc Stewarts. Behind the plate, catching is Matt Woodward for the Southpaws. Marcus Allen at first, Brett Babbitt at second. Continue to look around the defense. First pitch low and outside, ball one. On the left side of the diamond, Drew Rice at third, Cam Johnson at short. And in the outfield from left to right, Aiden Metzger, Zach Lyon, and Dre Smith. 1-0 pitch in for a called strike one to Cade Johnson, the number 3 hitter in the lineup for the Doc Stewarts. Doc Stewart's yesterday winning 12-2 against the Sherwood Lobos. As the runner going, throw down to second base in time to get Carson Dunn. Doc's trying to test the arm of Matt Woodward behind the plate. Get an idea what he has, and he shows it off as he gets the out at second base, nobody on. It's a 2-1 count to Cade Johnson, fouled away for strike two. Carson Dunn, team leader in stolen bases this year, trying to swipe one early and get into scoring position. 2-2 count for Cade Johnson with 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. Ball fouled away. Brian Starr mentioned an all-state infielder for the Warriors. Will be a senior coming up next year, class of 2024. His 2-2 pitch missing just low and outside. And the count goes full for Doc's hitter Cade Johnson. Waiting on deck is Daniel Withers. Johnson gets underneath this ball out towards left field. Going out is Johnson, the shortstop. Coming in, the left fielder Metzger, and it will be the left fielder to make the grab. Doc Stewart's get a man on base but can't take advantage. It's a scoreless ball game. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. Bottom of the first, we'll take a look at the Southpaws lineup after this on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Find everything you need to enjoy the outdoors at home or on the road at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our garden center has what you need to create an oasis at home, from patio furniture to plants and everything in between. And whether you're barbecuing at home or tailgating at the game, we stock the best products from Yeti, Traeger, and Weber. Stop by or shop online at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Taking a look at your starting lineup for the Mid-Valley Southpaws, it'll be Brian Starr, the pitcher, leading things off, followed by Drew Rice, the third baseman. Cam Johnson, the shortstop, will bat third, followed by Marcus Allen at first base. That's your top 4 hitters in the lineup for the Southpaws. As the first pitch for Colton Sywell comes in a bit outside for ball 1. As we're underway here in the bottom of the first, we'll take a look at the rest of your lineup in a moment. The 1-0 pitch called for a strike. So Starr, Rice, Johnson, Allen, your top 4 hitters. Batting 5th, Matt Woodward, the catcher. Aiden Metzger, the left fielder, batting 6th. It's a pitch low, 2-1 count. Dre Smith, the right fielder, will bat 7th. Brett Babbitt, the second baseman, hitting 8th. And Zach Lyon, the center fielder, will bat 9th. No DH utilized for the Southpaws. 2-1 pitch off the dome. So each team has got a hit batter. That one a little bit scarier than the last one, as Colton Sywell puts a man on to lead things off here in the first inning. So Brian Starr gets on. Drew Rice, the third baseman, will bat. Coach Troy Babbitt leading the Mid-Valley Southpaws, putting together that starting 9, which is brought to you by Cooper's Pest Control, your locally owned bug assessor. Protect your home from those summer bugs. 673-0363. 1 on, nobody out. First pitch, Nice, the starting third baseman. Behind the plate, catching for the Docs, Knox Hubbard. Battery made for Sywell. Colton Sywell, the right-hander out of Bandon High School. Ground ball right side. The hit and run was on. Wide open spot over there. And we'll have runners on the corners with nobody out here to start off this first inning for the Southpaws. Base knock by Rice. goes through the right side. Brian Starr was running. That pulled Logan Anderson over to second base, left things wide open on the right side of the field. They execute the hit and run perfectly. And Starr able to get all the way to third. Cam Johnson will come up to bat with runners on the corners, nobody out. Bottom of the first inning in a scoreless ball game. Sywell working out of the stretch, trying to get through this early jam. We'll miss outside for ball one to Cam Johnson, the shortstop. Camden Johnson, full name there. Shortstop out of West Albany High School, class of 2023. 1-0 pitch to him, misses low and outside, 2-0 count. The rest of the defense for the Docs, Daniel Withers at first, Logan Anderson at second. On the left side, Cade Johnson at third, Brooks Avery at short, and in the outfield, Sebastian Watson, Carson Dunn, and Cole Collins. 3-0 count now for Cam Johnson as the pitch misses outside by Sywell, and Colton Sywell has been out there trying to get that low outside corner and just can't get the pitch for a strike. His 3-0 is in for a called strike. Slow strike call out of our umpire behind home. 3-1 count. Johnson thought he might have had ball four just with how long it took to hear strike one. So he heads back to the plate. A 3-1 pitch coming to him from Sywell. And that's ball four. Hit batter, hit and run, and a walk, and the bases are loaded for the Southpaws here in the first inning as they try to jump on the Docs early. Coach Eric Savage had come out of the dugout momentarily. It looked like he might have been thinking about making a trip to the mound to have a conversation with Sywell, but decided to stay in the dugout. Colton Sywell now with a definite jam to try and get out of here early on. Man on every base in the infield for the Southpaws. Bottom of the first, scoreless ball game, nobody out. Defense is going to play back for the double play up the middle. Sywell delivers the first pitch to the cleanup hitter. Catches the outside corner, an 0-1 count to Marcus Allen, the first baseman. Allen out of West Albany, also graduating this spring. Second team All-State DH. He swings and misses at strike two. Beautiful sunny day here in the Willamette Valley, Eugene. Right now the wind blowing out towards right field, according to the American flag in center. 0-2 pitch out of Sywell. Line drive goes back up the middle, backhanded and knocked down by Logan Anderson, but he can't make a play. And the Southpaws take the early 1-0 lead, still nobody out, as Marcus Allen, an RBI single, goes right by Colton Sywell. That ball went whizzing right past his head. And it was knocked down by Logan Anderson, the second baseman, playing behind the bag there. But he could not get it out of the glove, couldn't make a play on it, and it was going to be tough to get one there. Tried to maybe flip it to Brooks Avery at second base with the glove, but didn't get that play executed. Brian Starr, after reaching on a hit-by pitch, comes around to score. 1-0 Southpaws in front. Everybody else up 90 feet. Rice at third, Johnson at second. Allen, after the RBI single, at first. 1-0 Southpaws in front. Visit out to the mound here for Coach Savage. Docs do get somebody up in the bullpen here early on. Take a look-see here. Tristan Ledbetter is out there starting to get his arm loose. Sywell trying to settle in. Docs, I'm sure, would love not to have to go to Ledbetter here. They were probably thinking of saving him for tomorrow, but if they can get Sywell out with a low pitch count, he'd be available to come back in the tournament at some point. First pitch, off the bat, fouled back to the netting for strike one to the five-hitter Matt Woodward. 1-0 game. Docs would love to find a way out of things here in the first with it staying that score. But they do not have an out yet against the Southpaws. They play in on the infield, hoping to try and cut the runner off at home. Sywell is 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball, called strike two to Woodward. Matt Woodward, class of 2023 out of Lebanon High School. Oh, 2 pitch for Sywell out of the windup. With the bases loaded, nobody out. Breaking ball can't get the hitter to chase. Behind the plate, Knox Hubbard, making sure that ball does not get by. This Mid-Valley Southpaws lineup made up mostly of West Albany, Lebanon. There is a South Albany player on the roster, but not in the starting lineup. But West Albany and Lebanon, they had great springs. West Albany losing to Thurston in the championship game of the 5A bracket, and Lebanon losing in the quarterfinals against the state champion Thurston Colts. There's a pitch outside. 2-2 count now for Woodward. So both Lebanon and West Albany making deep runs in the high school baseball playoffs. And the combined all-star teams from the two programs doing pretty well this season, finishing first in Area 2, or make that Area 3. 2-2 pitch, nobody out, bases loaded, bottom of the first, already 1-0 for the Southpaws. Sywell, 2-2 delivery coming up. Bounces in. Breaking ball low, couldn't get the hitter to chase. And Matt Woodward with a full count pitch coming up. He's got to be licking his chops here with the bases loaded. There's nowhere to put him. Sywell's got to find the strike zone here. The 3-2. Ball 4. Breaking ball pitch ends up outside, trying to catch the outside corner of the plate. Bases loaded. Walk makes it 2-0. Southpaws in front. Drew Rice will come in to score. Second walk for Sywell here in the first inning. Situation remains. Bases loaded. Nobody out. Aiden Metzger will bat. He takes outside. Metzger out of West Albany, class of 2024, starting in left field. He'll hit one towards short. It gets by a diving Brooks Avery. 1 run in. Carson Dunn throwing to the plate. It will not be in time, and the run will count. And I think that's going to be it for Colton Sywell here, as here comes Coach Savage for a second time. A single for Aiden Metzger. Drives in another run. Actually make that 2 runs come in on that single. Matt Woodward goes first to third. And Metzger ends up at second base on the throw to the plate. 2 runs come in to score. It's 4-0, Mid-Valley in front, and Colton Sywell does not make it out of the first inning. Tough start there for him and the Doc Stewarts. They will save his arm for possibly a future game here coming up in this tournament, as the Doc Stewarts hope to obviously make it through the weekend. Now they've got themselves a hole to dig out of. We'll get a call to the pen brought to you by Chris Hubbard State Farm Insurance. It's Tristan Ledbetter that'll come out of the bullpen to take over here in the bottom of the first inning. Already 4-0. We've got runners at second and third and nobody out, as the 7, 8, 9 hitters are due up for the Southpaws. We'll come back after a 60-second timeout on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.
Right-hander Tristan Ledbetter will come out of the bullpen for the Doc Stewarts. to take over for Colton Sywell, who has had a couple of tough starts to finish out this season. Sywell had a really strong start to the year, picking up some wins, including one against Medford to start out the season, but he's kind of hit a rough patch here in his last couple of starts, and he doesn't make it out of the first inning, does not record an out. So Ledbetter will take over on the mound for the Doc Stewarts with runners at second and third with nobody out. This call to the pen brought to you by Chris Hubbard, State Farm Insurance. If you're considering making a change when it comes to your insurance coverage, get in touch with Chris. He can help you deal with all of life's curveballs with life insurance coverage to fit your budget, plus coverage for your home and auto. Chris Hubbard, give him a call at 541-672-3301. Or you can visit chrisinsurers.com for a quote today. Ledbetter, who has been looking good as the season has worn on, misses outside ball one to Dre Smith. He gets Smith to pop one up, not very deep into the outfield. Carson Dunn makes the catch. The runners will hold. There's one away. That'll bring up Brett Babbitt with one out and runners at second and third, still for the Southpaws. The 8-hitter to the plate here in the first inning. Brett Babbitt, the second baseman, batting with runners at second and third. One away. Takes high and away for ball one. So Sywell goes 0.0 innings here today. Pitch outside, 2-1. Sywell gives up 3 hits. Right now credited with 4 runs, but 2 runners left on would go to his total. 2 walks, no strikeouts, and 1 hit batter. 2-0 pitch outside, 3-0 count. Talked with Tristan Ledbetter leading into the postseason. He talked about how important it is to throw strikes here in the postseason, and right now at 3-0, he's got to find one. He will. Hits the inside corner for a strike against Babbitt. First base is open. One away, a 3-1 pitch coming up to the 8-hitter. And he takes ball 4. Third walk for the Docs pitchers here in the first inning. Bases once again are loaded, and it brings up Zach Lyon, the 9-hitter, starting center fielder. He will try to keep things going and send it back to the top of the order here in the first inning. He swings at the first pitch. Out into shallow right center. Diving attempt. It's caught by Dunn. The throw to the plate will not be in time. And another run will come in to score as Zach Lyon sac fly center field. Carson Dunn comes up with a big diving catch for the second out. His throw back to the plate, not a bad one, just not in time. So 2 away, runners at first and second. It's 5-0. The Southpaws in front. Top of the order, back up for a second time. Well, the Southpaws starting out the postseason exactly the way they were hoping to. Big first inning. A lot of confidence for their starting pitcher, Brian Starr, who stands back in looking to help his own cause. 1-0 pitch from Ledbetter. Breaking ball. Misses inside at the plate. Brian Starr dropped the bat, got skinny, and that pitch just missed on the inside corner. Both missed the plate and missed the batter just by fractions of inches, it felt like. Ball fouled away. 2 balls and a strike for Starr, who was hit by a pitch. Got hit in the helmet in the first inning to lead things off here. We are still in the first inning. Now he's back up for a second time. 2-1 delivery for Ledbetter. Looking for the final out here in the first with runners at first and second. He'll miss high, and the count goes to 3-1. The 3-1 pitch out of Ledbetter. Ball hit out towards center field. Long run. Going to be over the head of Carson Dunn all the way to the fence. 2 more runs will come in. Heading for third. The throw will not be in time. It's a 2-run triple for Brian Starr. So Starr drives in 2 more, and the Doc Stewarts are facing a large uphill climb in this one. 7-0. Southpaws in front through just 2/3 of an inning so far. Outside ball 1 for Drew Rice, the third baseman, had a single his last time at the plate on the hit and run. He'll dribble one towards the mound. It is fielded by Ledbetter over to Withers, and the Doc Stewarts will get out of things here in the first inning finally. But it's a big inning for the Southpaws. 7 runs come in on 4 hits. There were no Doc Stewart's errors, and 1 man is left on base for the Southpaws. 7-0. All right, Doc's got to climb back as we go to the top of the second on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
In baseball, home plate is always 60 feet, 6 inches from the mound. But in life, sometimes your home plate needs to move. If you're planning to move, contact BTB Moving for help. BTB Moving is a labor-only company offering statewide services such as packing and unpacking, loading and unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. BTB Moving is an affordable veteran-owned company. Call 541-315-0122 for help with your next move. BTB Moving for all your moving needs.
Daniel Withers, Evan Martin, Logan Anderson due up for the Doc Stewarts here in the second inning. They trail 7-0. Today's game brought to you by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. Doc's got to get offense going now. If they hope to try and stay in this game, they give up a 7 spot in the first. Got to turn things around, and you'd like to see him do it quickly. A 1-0 pitch, misses low. 2 balls and no strikes for Daniel Withers as he leads things off for the Docs here in the second. Goes right side. That ball down the line. Foul ball by a foot, if that. And there is strike 1 for Withers. Wind picks that one up and blows it just a hair towards center field, and that ball lands fair, and that's at least a double for Withers. Withers had 3 doubles in a game not that long ago for the Doc Stewarts. Swings through on the 2-1 pitch from Starr. Back in for Withers. 2-2 pitch coming up. Brian Starr now with plenty to work with. That ball hit out towards the alley. Going to carry just enough for Zach Lyon to run underneath it. Thought there for a moment that ball had a good chance to get down, but it just hung up there, and Lyon runs underneath it. Not a bad stroke out of Daniel Withers to lead things off here in the second, but he can't get the job done. Evan Martin will try to get the Docs a base runner on and get their first hit of the ball game. Yesterday, Martin 2 for 2 in the game with 2 RBIs against the Sherwood Lobos. Takes for ball 1. A 1-0 fouled back. 1-1 count. As we sit behind home here at Sweet Johnson Stadium up in the press box, watching the game down in front of us. Plenty of fans showing up. A lot of good Roseburg fans showing up for this one again here today. Southpaws showing up when representing here on the weekend as well. 2-1 count for Martin. He fouls off a pitch, and it evens up the count at 2-2. 85 degrees in Eugene today. Expected to climb to the low 90s for our high temperature this afternoon. This is the second game of the day. Already 1 game in the books in the state tournament. It's a 2-2, chopped right side off the mound. Fielding Starr will underhand flip to Marcus Allen at first. 2 down for the Doc Stewarts. And it brings up Logan Anderson trying to get something started for the Docs here in the top of the second inning. Already this morning, it was a 4-1 victory for the Portland Barbers on top of the Salem Whitnell Dodgers. The Barbers had a no-hitter, combined no-hitter going into the 7th inning when the Dodgers were able to snap that with a couple of hits in the 7th, but not enough to get them any more run support in their comeback efforts. First pitch, strike 1 to Anderson. And he gets hit by that pitch. He kind of started to swing it, but tried to pull the hands back and got hit on the forearm as he goes down to first base. So that is the second hit batter for Brian Starr in the ballgame. Docs with 2 outs, get a man on at first base, and Knox Hubbard he'll dig in and look to try and get the Doc Stewarts their first hit of this ballgame. The wind has been blowing out to center and to right field for the lefty as Hubbard will dig in. Only lefty in the lineup again today, after that was the case yesterday as well. Takes low and inside, a 1-0 count to start off his first at-bat. Brian Starr so far has been dealing pretty well as he pick off to first base, back in Anderson safely. Doc Stewart's wearing the black tops today. The gray trousers have the black stirrup socks on. Strike on the outside corner for Hubbard. All whites on the other side for the Southpaws. The button-up tops with Southpaws across the chest. White tops, white trousers, black caps with the red bill. 1-1 is high for Hubbard, Doc Stewart's catcher. Docs yesterday finished with 11 hits in the win over the Lobos in the play-in round. Only player without a hit yesterday was Carson Dunn, who did have 2 sac flies to drive in a couple of runs. Ground ball right side, scooped up by the second baseman Brett Babbitt, who retires Hubbard to finish things off here in the second. So the Doc Stewart's unable to come through with anything here in the top of the second. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 man left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the second. It's 7-0. The Southpaws in front of the Doc Stewarts on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in our backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Doc Stewart's Baseball on the Score, brought to you by Chuck Sorman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you?
Moving on to the bottom of the second inning for the Albany Mid-Valley Southpaws. Number 3, shortstop,
Doc Stewart's
Cam Johnson.
Trailing 7-0. First pitch swinging. That ball hit in the air out towards center, where Carson Dunn is there to catch and retire Cam Johnson to start off the second inning for the Southpaws. Southpaws scoring 7 runs on 4 hits, 3 walks, and 1 hit batter in the first inning of this one. 1 away. Tristan Ledbetter fires in. First pitch swinging. That ball out towards left center, and Carson Dunn will track that one down as well. 2 down. Couple of fly ball outs for the Southpaws to begin things quickly here in the second. Cam Johnson, Marcus Allen, back-to-back F8s, and Matt Woodward will bat. Tristan Ledbetter coming in for Colton Sywell. The book now closed on Sywell. Does not record an out. Gives up 6 runs on 3 hits, 2 walks, and 1 hit batter, no strikeouts. High and inside for ball 1 to the 5-hitter Matt Woodward. A 1-0 delivery. Breaking ball. Ooh. That pitch looked really good. Started up near the letters, dropped in on the inside corner, and Matt Woodward, there as a statue, takes that pitch for ball 2. That one will catch the inside corner. 2-1 count. Two outs with nobody on here in the bottom of the second. Ledbetter gets him to foul off the pitch towards the first base dugout, occupied by the Southpaws. That's the home dugout during the tournament. Doc Stewart's the visiting team in the matchup. They're on the third base side. 2-2 pitch coming up. Ledbetter misses outside as the count goes full. Three balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs and nobody on base here in the second. Ledbetter gets a sharp ground ball towards Logan Anderson at second, and he will retire the batter at first. The Doc Stewarts settle in for a quick second inning defensively, and they keep the Southpaws off the board, but trail 7-0. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We will go to the top of the third inning. Doc Stewart's coming up the bat on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Through the first 2 innings, no runs, no hits, no errors for the Doc Stewarts. 7 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Mid-Valley Southpaws. Doc Stewarts will have the 8-9 one-hitters coming up here in the third inning against Bryant Starr. First pitch swinging for Cole Collins. He'll drop one into shallow left field for a leadoff single. Cole Collins continues to hit well for the Doc Stewarts, although unfortunately this will be his final game for the Docs, presumably this season, as he will be heading off to the East-West Shrine game coming up tomorrow. Sebastian Watson will stand in, 1 on, nobody out. Cole Collins gets the first hit of the game for the Doc Stewarts. Every first hit is brought to you by MSK True Value and Building Supply in Myrtle Creek and Tri-City. Make your summer projects a hit. Visit MSK True Value and Building Supply. 1-0 pitch to Watson is in for a called strike. Sebastian Watson batting in the 9th spot in the lineup. Bryant Starr, breaking ball. Hits the outside corner for strike 2. One, 2 count. Delivery by Starr. Strike 3 called. And down on strikes goes Sebastian Watson. First strikeout in the game for Bryant Starr. 1 away, top of the order, back up. Bring up Brooks Avery. Led off the game, flying out in foul territory to the third baseman. Cole Collins at first. Good speed out there, but Docs might be a bit more cautious on the base paths, having to come back from 7 runs. First pitch, swing and a miss for strike 1 to Avery. Pickoff throw to first. Back in goes Collins. Cole Collins yesterday had 2 hits, goes 2 for 3 in the play-in round yesterday. Picks up the first hit today for the Doc Stewarts. Avery off the end of the bat, fouls one off for strike 2. Brooks Avery yesterday was 2 for 5, had 2 stolen bases. Oh, 2 pitch from Starr. Breaking ball popped up. Could be playable, foul territory. Everybody chasing and running out of room. That ball ends up in the dugout for the Southpaws on the right side. Down in the dugout, not just up at the steps. Oh, 2 count remains here for Brooks Avery. So Doc Stewart's trying to break through and start getting some momentum as they need to rally in this contest. 0-2, fouled back. Doc Stewart's finishing as the 3rd place team in Area 4 this year. Earned the number 2 seed out of Area 4 because of the challengers hosting the state tournament. Pitch low and inside, out at first base. Cole Collins thought about going. Decided to stay at first base, is behind the plate. Matt Woodward does a good job of working to get back to the baseball quickly. A 1-2 pitch, slapped at, fouled away, and out there, Brooks Avery making Brian Starr work for it here. Starr had thrown minimal pitches through the first 2 innings. It's up to 38 pitches total in the contest. And Brooks Avery is forcing him to throw quite a few here in this at-bat. A 1-2 pitch. Avery gets around on one on the inside corner and pulls it to left field for a base knock. A 1-out single, and Avery will put 2 men on base for the Doc Stewarts. It'll bring up Carson Dunn. Runners at first and second, 1 away.
Number 3, center fielder Carson Dunn.
Carson hit by a pitch his last time up. We'll see what the Docs decide to do here. On the mound, Brian Starr was a second-team All-State infielder as the shortstop, and saw kind of a swinging bunt from the Doc Stewarts that he fielded really well off the mound, got off the mound quickly and got to the baseball. And if the pitcher's able to field well in bunt defense, that really takes a lot of the pressure off. Dunn did not show a bunt on the first pitch. He'll take a strike for a 1-1 count. Thought there was maybe the possibility that they might look for Carson Dunn to try and bunt in this situation. The 1-1 pitch, swung on and missed for strike 2. Out at second base, Cole Collins. At first base, Brooks Avery. The 1-2 from Starr. That ball in the air out towards center. Drifting back, Zach Lyon. He'll get tangled up in center field. Got all twisted up. They're going to send Collins around third. He's heading to the plate. The throw is going to be cut off on the mound. And that is, if they go back and watch the tape, might be a decision that first baseman Marcus Allen will regret making. But I'm not sure. Someone probably yelled at him to cut it off. Not sure. Or he just didn't hear the call he needed to. That ball was on target and might have had a chance to get Collins at home. But the Docs will get 1, and there's still just 1 out here in the third. Don will take low for ball 1. So the Docs trying to put a little pressure on the Southpaws. Still a long way to go, trailing by 6, but they've rallied back a bit. The ball well hit out towards left field. That ball back at the fence, up against the wall. That ball's gone! A 3-run jack for Cade Johnson will get the Doc Stewarts back in this ball game. Cade Johnson sends it over the left field fence, and Johnson will have his second home run of the season, and the Doc Stewarts with one swing of the bat will clear the bases and will get back in this ball game. They trail by 3, 7-4, and 1 out in the top of the third. Well, that changes things quickly, and the Doc Stewarts have gotten some confidence back in this one. Johnson's home run kept carrying in the wind blowing out there. And left fielder Aiden Metzger was chasing that one. I thought it was maybe just going to get over his head, but he started running out of room. It was kept thinking, boy, he's going back, and that might be over his head. But as he got closer to the fence, I kept realizing it's not going to get. If it's going to get over his head, it's going over the fence. With how far that ball kept carrying for Cade Johnson, and Johnson will get the Doc Stewarts back within 3, 7-4. Brooks Avery scoring. Carson Dunn coming in to score. And the Docs back in this one. First pitch misses, ball 1 to Daniel Withers. Ground ball back to the mound for Withers. Picked up by Starr. He'll toss it overhand to first base for the second out. So Withers 0 for 2 in the ball game. His last time up, he had a pretty hard hit ball, but that one just dribbles back to the mound. So a ball hit pretty well to center field by Carson Dunn, got 1 run in, then the 3-run homer by Cade Johnson, and the Doc Stewarts are on the board and back in the ball game, trailing by 3. Still got some runs to make up. Evan Martin at the plate, an 0-1 pitch. Misses outside, 1-1 count. Bryant Starr on the mound, getting roughed up a bit here in the third. Ball fouled off for strike 2 to Martin. Docs with 4 hits here in this third inning. Cole Collins with the first hit of the game, a leadoff single, then single by Avery. Dunn having a hit, and Cade Johnson. Pitch high and inside, 2-2 for Evan Martin. Cade Johnson, of course, with the biggest hit of the frame, that 3-run homer. The 2-2. Martin gets underneath one, well hit out towards center field. Going back, Lyon will reach overhead, makes the catch just in front of the warning track for the final out. Doc Stewarts will get 4 runs on the board here in the third, starting to hit the ball a bit hard. So 4 runs come in on 4 hits. There were no errors and nobody left on base for the Doc Stewarts. We are going to the bottom of the third. Docs trail 7-4 on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Bottom of the third inning, new life for the Doc Stewarts, and Tristan Ledbetter out of the bullpen fires in a first pitch swing and a miss, strike 1 to Aiden Metzger, who had a 2-run single back in the first inning when the Southpaws jumped out to a huge lead over the Doc Stewarts, 7-0 after the first. But the Docs with a 3-run homer in the top of the third give 4 runs total across, then are back within 3. The 1-1 pitch is low and outside for ball 2. Metzger hit one up the middle past a diving Brooks Avery in his first at-bat with the defense pulled in. He'll ground one third base side. It gets by Cade Johnson at third, and Metzger will be on with his second base hit of the game. Sharply hit ground ball, diving Cade Johnson couldn't get in front of it. So 1 on, to start things off here in the bottom of the third for the Southpaws. Doc Stewart's baseball brought to you by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces. First pitch, in for a strike, throw down to first. Not going to be in time on the toss by Knox Hubbard. At the plate, Dre Smith showing a bunt on that first pitch. Ended up taking for strike one. 0-1 delivery by Ledbetter. Again, a bunt. Push first base side. Ledbetter can't make the play. Ledbetter tried to scoop it up off the grass. Could not get it into the glove. And runners at first and second now for the Southpaws. They try to rally back after giving up that 4-run top of the third. Be the first error of the game for the Doc Stewarts. Runners at first and second, nobody out. Brett Babbitt drew a walk his first time up. He'll take a strike on the first pitch as the shortstop, Brooks Avery, came charging in on the bunt defense with nobody out. Doc's getting creative, trying to keep Cade Johnson at third, but help out Ledbetter fielding off the mound. Shows to bunt early, does Babbitt. He'll pull at third base side. It goes foul for strike two. Doc's second go-round didn't show the same bunt defense that time. 0-2 count for Brett Babbitt, the 8-hitter in the lineup for the Southpaws. 2 strikes against him now. The assumption is he'll be swinging away as he waits for the signals from his third base coach. 0-2 pitch, squaring to bunt again. Brings in the first baseman, lays it down. It's fielded by Withers, throws to first. It's wide of the bag, a collision there. Now running past the umpire. A run will come in to score. Withers lost his footing a little bit, tried to gather himself. His throw took Logan Anderson kind of in the pathway of the runner, and then there was a collision. As Anderson tries to get off the bag and get to the baseball, he also had to get around the umpire. So a run comes in to score, runners on the corners. Back to a 4-run lead for the Southpaws as they put some pressure on with the small ball. Zach Lyon will bat. He had a sac fly in the first. He lays down a bunt, but it goes foul first base side. So Metzger able to score from second on that throwing error. Dre Smith went first to third, and Brett Babbitt is on at first after the error. 2 errors so far in this half inning for the Doc Stewarts. 0-1 pitch. Throw down to first, a bit high. Boy, if that was a little lower, Withers might have a chance of getting that tag down in time. 1-1 count for Zach Lyon. Ledbetter, 1-1 pitch, another bunt attempt. That ball fouled off. 1-2 count to the 9-hitter. Doc's getting 4 here in the top of the third, but give 1 back in the bottom of the third. Trailing 8-4 against the Southpaws. Looking to swing away. The pitch in the dirt for Lyon. A 2-2 count. Tristan Ledbetter trying to keep the Doc Stewarts in this one. Gives up his second run of the game, but that one goes down unearned. Bounce in the dirt. Runner going to take off from first. Full count. So Brett Babbitt will get to second base. Full count pitch coming up with the defense pulled in. Lyon pops that one out of play. Doc Stewart's battling their way back. Got to make sure they keep this thing clean on the defensive side. It's been a tough bottom of the third inning. Another ball fouled away by Lyon. The 9-hitter battling away here against Ledbetter. Defense playing in with the runners at second and third and nobody out. Another foul ball popped over the right side, out of play, back towards the North Eugene football stadium. That is in between us here at the baseball stadium and the new high school built here at North Eugene. The old one's out beyond the left field fence. 3-2 pitch again, ball 4, bases loaded, and nobody out.
Back to the top of the order, number 14.
So bases are juiced for the leadoff man, Brian Starr. Tough spot to put yourself in here for the Doc Stewarts. Starr, last time he was up, was his second at-bat in the first inning, and he hit a 2-run triple out towards left center, and he gets a brief visit with the coach down the third base side. Nobody out still here in the third inning for the Doc Stewarts defensively. Brian Starr at the plate. Hits the first pitch, a ground ball to Brooks Avery, who will throw home. His throw is low, and the run will count. It's 9-4. Avery had to go to the turf to field that one. Tried to get up and throw quickly, and he one-hopped it into Knox Hubbard at the plate, and the run will count. Everybody is safe. So Starr gets on again. Fielder's choice on that one. Brings in Dre Smith. Everybody safe around the bases, still loaded. And Coach Savage comes out of the dugout to have a conversation about the call at home. And about, I think, whether maybe there was, the only thing I can think is maybe he's trying to wonder if there was some sort of interference, I guess, on the runner. Plays at the plate, obviously the catcher has to not be in the base paths unless he's got the baseball. Hubbard was doing everything he could to make sure that ball didn't get away from him as he kind of went to his knees to block that one with the chest protector. As he saw it coming in low, knew it was going to one-hop in. And Coach Savage out there making a case for a call opposite of what currently has gone into the book. 9-4 score right now. Today's ball game is brought to you by our friends at Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. Docs Baseball this season also sponsored by Dr. Alanson Randall, Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. Visit drrandall.com or give them a call at 541-378-6694. Dr. Randall's in action today after they lost for the first time in the single A state tournament yesterday. Lost against the host team Redmond and did not, I think it was a final, let's see here, final was 9-3. And so the 9-3. So yesterday, Dr. Randall's losing. They play Columbia Gorge today. That one just got underway at 1 o'clock as well. So we'll try and get you some score updates throughout our broadcast. As it stands right now, 9-4 is the score. The umpires are now meeting to have a conversation here. So whatever Coach Savage went out and said, he at least got the umpires to now confer and figure out what the correct call needs to be on this play. We're in the bottom of the third inning. Right now I have it as 9-4, but I guess that could all change if there's somehow a change on the call on Dre Smith scoring on that throw to the plate by Brooks Avery. The umpires are taking their time here. those plays at the plate can be, and they're going to stay with it. Safe at home is Dre Smith. Those plays at the plate sometimes can be tough to just make a call on, just based on where catcher's at exactly, the timing of it all, where the ball's at coming home. So they will call him safe. Bases remain loaded. So Dre Smith scores. First pitch swinging. It's a dribbler towards short. Brooks Avery's only option is to go to first. He'll get the out there as Drew Rice will ground out, but he picks up an RBI. Another run comes in for the Southpaws. They lead it now 10-4 with one away. Drew Rice grounds out. Everybody else moving up 90 feet. Scoring was Brett Babbitt. Zach Lyon to third. And Brian Starr goes to second. First pitch, strike one for Cam Johnson, who is 0 for 1 in the game with one out and runners at second and third. The 0-1 pitch is outside for Ledbetter. So 3 runs in here. Docs got 4 in the top of this third inning. They give back 3 here in the bottom of the third. They trail 10-4. The 1-1. Ground ball towards Avery. He'll make the play to first again instead of thinking about going home. He's out at first. Withers dropped it as he pulled it out of his glove, so there was a moment there of hold your breath for the Doc Stewarts. Man at third with 2 away, and it's now 11-4, and it's back to a 7-run lead. It's once again a 7-run lead now for the Southpaws. That's where we started this inning at, and they've gotten it all back. Marcus Allen will bat. He takes outside for ball 1. So the Docs had plenty of momentum after the top of the third inning, but Southpaws have stolen it all back here in the bottom of the third. A 1-0 pitch in for a strike. 8th hitter to the plate for Mid-Valley. Mid-Valley winning Area 3 by a 15 or with a 15-5 record. Pitch just outside, 2 balls and a strike. With 2 away and a man at third, Ledbetter misses low, a 3-1 count. Doc Stewart's got to get their head right back in this one. Showed that they can put up a crooked number. Ball blasted left side, foul down the left field line. Got around on the inside pitch. Marcus Allen almost brought home another run for the Southpaws, but that ball just ending up in foul territory down the left field line. So Allen will be back at the plate with a 3-2 pitch coming up, 2 outs, and a man at third. Ledbetter's 3-2 pitch. Breaking ball high for ball 4. For Ledbetter, it's his second walk here in the third inning. He's got 3 in the ball game.
Now batting number 25, the catcher.
First and third for the Southpaws. The 9th hitter to the plate, Matt Woodward, will bat. He's 0 for 1. Walked in a run in the first inning and grounded out to second to end things in the second. Couple of big innings so far for the Southpaws. Has them back out in front by 7. Ledbetter out of the stretch. First pitch, a soft liner to Brooks Avery for the final out here in the third inning. Doc Stewart's will get out of things as they finally get the third out here in the bottom of the third. But for the Southpaws, 4 runs come in. There was only 1 hit here in the bottom of the third. There were 3 Doc Stewart errors and 2 men left on. So Docs get 4 in the top of the third. They give them right back in the bottom of the third. It is 11-4 as we head to the top of the 4th inning on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Copy.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Find everything you need to enjoy the outdoors at home or on the road at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our garden center has what you need to create an oasis at home, from patio furniture to plants and everything in between. And whether you're barbecuing at home or tailgating at the game, we stock the best products from Yeti, Traeger, and Weber. Stop by or shop online at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Going to the top of the fourth inning, Logan Anderson leads things off for the Doc Stewarts. Takes high for ball 2 as he works against Brian Starr. Today's game brought to you by Flyaway Travel. Book your travel plans with their travel experts. Give them a call at 672-5701. A ball fouled away. 2 balls, 1 strike for Logan Anderson. Doc Stewart's 4 runs on 4 hits in the top of the 3rd inning, but they give them all back in the bottom of the 3rd. Trail 11-4 as we begin this 4th inning. Strike 2 taken by Logan Anderson. Gets around on a pitch, hits it softly out towards left field. That will make its way out there for a base knock. Anderson on base for a 2nd time in the ball game. Let's go ahead and pause real quick. 10 seconds for station identification. This is Doc's Baseball on The Score. First pitch, and Knox Hubbard inside for ball 1 after the leadoff single by Logan Anderson here in the 4th. Knox Hubbard 0 for 1 in the game, a ground out to second. Brian Starr, 1-0 pitch in for a strike. Knox Hubbard trying to get his first hit, trying to get the Doc Stewart some more offense in this one. They're going to need it. They've given up 11 runs so far, trailing by 7. The 1-1 pitch is high for a 2-1 count. Doc Stewart's do have an arm throwing in their bullpen. That is Sebastian Watson out there. So they may try to piece this one together. Runner going, swing and a miss. Throw to second will not be in time. Logan Anderson will take second base. 2-2 count for Knox Hubbard with a man in scoring position. First stolen base of the game for the Docs. Well, the man at second base and nobody out. Knox Hubbard, 2-2 delivery. He takes high and away. Tristan Ledbetter has gotten up to about 50 pitches in this game, so they may look to try and piece this one together the rest of the way, try and keep guys' pitch counts low. Hubbard gets under a ball out towards right field, not very deep as the wind is going to knock that one down. Throwing, Dre Smith will hold Logan Anderson at second. 1 away for the Doc Stewarts here in the 4th inning. That brings up Cole Collins, who had a single in his first at-bat to lead things off in the 3rd inning for the Docs. Came around to score the first run of the game for Roseburg. Cole Collins will be representing Oakland in that East-West Shrine game coming up in Baker City. As he squares to bunt, he'll take it high and away for ball 1. They do check-ins getting started tomorrow out there. So as far as I understand, I believe that Cole will be departing the team after today. So he hits a line shot. He has been hitting really well. That's going to be unfortunate for the Docs. Ball misplayed in left field. And at third base, Logan Anderson late to react to the misplay by Aiden Metzger. He could have scored, but he'll end up at third. Cole Collins' second hit of the game. It's definitely going to be tough to miss his bat the rest of the state tournament. Totally understand why the young man, though, is going out there to do that. Just sucks when all the things line up the same weekend or the same timing in the summer. 2 runners on with 1 away. The 9-hitter Sebastian Watson was just in the bullpen throwing a little bit. He takes strike 1. Another strike in for Watson, 0-2 count. Watson struck out looking his first time at the plate. At first base, Collins. At third base, Anderson. The 0-2 high for Watson. He's able to lay off. One ball, 2 strikes. A hard hit ball towards short. They get 1 at second. Throw to first in time for the inning-ending double play. Johnson to Babbitt to Allen, 6-4-3, and the Southpaws get out of the danger here in the 4th. Doc Stewart's get close to getting 1 back. They cannot here in the top of the 4th inning. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. Doc Stewart's trailing 11-4. No runs, make that 2 hits, no errors, and 1 man left on. It is 11-4 our score here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Pitch count 69, 6-9.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.
No, Drew Camp, 1-1. Doc Stewart's will make another call to the pen, brought to you by Chris Hubbard, State Farm Insurance. Sebastian Watson will take over on the mound for Tristan Ledbetter as they'll try to preserve him for a later start in the tournament. Drew Camp will take over in left field, and that will bring the DH out of the ballgame for the Doc Stewarts. So Watson takes over for Tristan Ledbetter. Bunt laid down for the leadoff man here. Throw to first in time to get Aiden Metzger. Tries to bunt his way on. Sebastian Watson off the mound to field that one. He gets the first out quickly for the Doc Stewarts, 1 away. So Aiden Metzger leading things off here in the 4th inning, down on the bunt. Dre Smith will bat. Smith is 0 for 2 in the game, but reached on an error in the 3rd and came around to score. He'll take low and outside for ball 1. Ledbetter ends up pitching 4 innings in this one as a swing and a miss for strike 1. Sorry, he pitched 3 innings. Batting around, I got mixed up there. A 1-1 delivery here for Watson. Time called before Smith saw the next pitch. He steps out. He digs back in. The 1-1 breaking ball carries a bit outside for Watson. 2 balls and a strike. So Ledbetter, 3 innings worked. In that time, he gives up just 2 hits. The ball popped up, right side, going back. Cole Collins in right field will make the catch. That ball carrying deep out into right field. Dre Smith airs it out. Doesn't get the help from the wind, though. That stays in the yard for the second out. Brett Babbitt, the 8-hitter, will bat.
Second baseman Brett Babbitt.
2 down, nobody on. Babbitt's been on base twice and has scored twice in this game, last time reaching on an error by first baseman Daniel Withers. He pops one left side. That ball well struck. Out to the left field fence, off the wall. Drew Camp can't come up with it. He'll chase it down. Babbitt in with a 2-out double. Off the left field fence, Drew Camp taking over in left field for Sebastian Watson. And Babbitt hits it off the fence as Camp went chasing back to the wall, went colliding in with it. Did everything he could to try and get that ball, but it's just struck a bit too much. And off about 3/4 of the way up the wall there for Babbitt, he gets the extra base hit. Swing and a miss for strike 1 to Zach Lyon, the 9-hitter, who's 0 for 0 in this game. Zach Fly and a walk for him. Bats with 2 outs and 1 man on. In the dirt, Hubbard will get to it quickly, throw to third. The tag applied, out at third base is the call. Brett Babbitt tried to advance on the ball in the dirt, gets caught stealing, and the Doc Stewarts will get out of things here in the 4th inning. A quick inning there for Sebastian Watson in relief. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on. We are through 4 innings of play. It is still 11-4 as the Doc Stewarts trail by 7 on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
In baseball, home plate is always 60 feet, 6 inches from the mound. But in life, sometimes your home plate needs to move. If you're planning to move, contact BTB Moving for help. BTB Moving is a labor-only company offering statewide services such as packing and unpacking, loading and unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. BTB Moving is an affordable veteran-owned company. Call 541-315-0122 for help with your next move. BTB Moving for all your moving needs.
Well, we come back 1 pitch just a hair too late as Brooks Avery, swinging at the first offering from Brian Starr, will line out to the shortstop Cam Johnson. Quick start to things here in the 5th inning for the Doc Stewarts as they trail 11-4. 1 away, first pitch swinging for Carson Dunn will fly back out of play behind home for strike 1. Doc Stewarts baseball here today is brought to you by Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or call them at 541-459-1545. That ball popped up left side. This one not very deep. Going to stay on the infield by a hair as the third baseman, Drew Rice, will make the catch. Just back behind third. Still in fair territory. Makes that grab for the second out. 2 down quickly for the Doc Stewarts here in the top of the 5th. So 2 down, nobody on. It'll be Cade Johnson who had the 3-run homer that got the Docs jazzed in the top of the 3rd inning. They were back within 3 runs at the time, but they gave them all right back in the bottom of the 4th and are back to a 7-run deficit. Cade Johnson facing Brian Starr for a 3rd time. He's fouled off the first 2 pitches. The 0-2 count is popped up and out of play. It'll stay. So the Doc Stewarts trying to rally in this one, but Brian Starr's been doing a good job of keeping them off balance. Pitch high and away, 1-2 count. Johnson 1 for 2 in the game with that 3-run homer in the 3rd. Gets underneath another one, high in the air, out towards left field, not nearly as deep. Playable for Metzger. He will come back in a few steps for the final out. A 1-2-3, top of the 5th for Brian Starr. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We are through 4.5, going to the bottom of the 5th. Docs trailing 11-4 on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in our backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
For the Mid-Valley Southpaws, number 5, center fielder, Zach Lyon.
Zach Lyon will lead things off for the Mid-Valley Southpaws here in the 5th inning, facing Sebastian Watson as a swing and a miss to start things off. Sebastian Watson taking over for Tristan Ledbetter to begin things in the 4th inning. Inside pitch from Watson, just missing the hitter, 1-1 count. That pitching change was brought to you by Chris Hubbard, State Farm Insurance. Another breaking ball, this time does hit the inside corner for a called strike 2. If you are looking to make a change when it comes to your insurance coverage, get in touch with Chris Hubbard at 541-672-3301. The 1-2, that ball hit out towards right field. Collins coming in will make the catch as it is customary. The cap will fall off. 1 away for the big-headed Cole Collins in right field. I got approval from Coach Ben Lane to make that comment. There's 1 away. It will be the top of the order, Brian Starr to bat. Starr up for a 4th time in the contest. Takes high for ball 1. He had a triple back in the 1st inning in his 2nd at-bat in the 1st as the Southpaws sent 11 hitters to the plate in that 1st inning. His 1-0 pitch from Watson is fouled away for strike 1. Doc Stewart's Baseball Today brought to you by Roseburg Honda. Buying a car can be a hassle, but they are family. 1-1 delivery by Watson. His breaking ball. Boy, that pitch, every time he lets it go, I think here's a hit batter, and then it breaks enough to get back towards the plate, this time just missing. The 2-1 pitch, squaring to bunt, taking low and outside, 3-1 count for Starr. There's ball 4. 1-out walk issued. We talked about it. That was such a big topic of discussion leading into the postseason for the Doc Stewart's pitchers, that limiting the walks, throwing strikes was such a big thing towards winning. And here in this one, Docs have now issued 6 walks and 1 hit batter. On at first base, Brian Starr. On base for a 3rd time in the matchup. Make that a 4th time in the matchup. Drew Rice will take outside for ball 1, his 4th at-bat. He's 1 for 3 in this one, does have an RBI on a ground out, has scored a run as well. 11-4 the score in the bottom of the 5th. Doc Stewart's win or lose here today. They will be playing again tomorrow. But tomorrow, if they don't come back in this one, tomorrow could be the end of the season. They'll be facing elimination. Throw down to first base, not in time. Out there at first base, Brian Starr he was egging on Knox Hubbard to get the throw down that direction. Already today, the Portland Barbers stay in the winner's bracket with a 4-1 win over the Salem Whitnell Dodgers. 2-0 pitch, low and outside, 3-0 count. So Salem's going to play in an elimination game tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. against the loser between the Hillsboro Baseballism Wet Sox and the Medford Mustangs coming up next. As another pitch in the dirt, ball 4. Watson walks the 2 hitters at the top of the lineup for the Southpaws.
Cam Johnson.
So Drew Rice gets on. Brian Starr moves to second. Still just one out. And it'll bring up Cam Johnson, the shortstop. One out. Doc's looking for a ground ball here. Breaking ball misses low for Sebastian, who has struggled to find the strike zone here against the top of the order. Tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., so it'll be Salem either against the Wet Sox or the Mustangs, whoever loses the next game of the day here in the state tournament. Strike called, 1-1 count. The 4 o'clock game featuring the Mustangs. Saw them on my drive up here. They were passing through Roseburg right as I got on the road to make my way here to Eugene today. 1-1 pitch. In the dirt, knocked down by Hubbard. He keeps the runners at first and second. If the Doc Stewarts don't come back, they'll be playing in the 1 o'clock game again tomorrow. That's 3 straight days at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And the Docs would be playing the loser of Hillsdale and the Emerald Challengers. The Hillsdale Merchants and the Emerald Challengers wrapping up the day in the 7 o'clock game coming up tonight. 2-2 pitch as Cam Johnson fouls away. Sebastian Watson on in relief. A 2-2 delivery. He's going to step off with Logan Anderson out at second base, holding on Brian Starr, the runner. Anderson was standing right on the bag with Watson looking that direction. He decides to step off. 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball home. It ends up just a bit too far inside, and the count will go full. Back-to-back walks have runners at first and second, and a 3-2 pitch coming up with one out. Dr. Randall's Crowns out in Redmond at the Single-A State Tournament. They're facing elimination as well, and last we heard they were trailing in that game. We'll check again on that score. 3-2 pitch. That ball hit out towards right center's got a chance. Going to get down. Johnson will come up with a base hit. 1 run will score. And it's now 12-4.
All right, Marcus.
As Cam Johnson will pick up his second RBI of the game, gets his first hit. Finds the right center alley with that one. Lays it in for a single. Drew Rice goes first to third on the single. And scoring from second was Brian Starr. 12-4 the score here in the bottom of the 5th. And you hate to think about it here, but this game could come to an early end with 2 more runs for the Southpaws. They've got runners at first and third with 1 out. Squaring to bunt, the pitch inside, throw, they go short, cut off by Avery. As the runner from first, Cam Johnson, will steal second. Avery came up looking to see if he could get Drew Rice trying to break for home. 1-0 count for Marcus Allen, who is 1 for 2 in the game with an RBI single back in the first. Alone outside, he takes for a 2-0 count. So the Southpaws have the game-ending run at second base here, as if they could stretch it out to a 10-run lead. Low and inside, 3-0 count. Sebastian Watson got the first out and has struggled to throw strikes since against the top of the order. Had a somewhat quick 4th inning, gave up a double, but the runner was caught stealing on a pitch in the dirt. 3-0 pitch for a strike. So only 3 hitters to the plate in that 4th inning against Sebastian Watson when he came in relief. But here in the 5th inning, things have been extended a little bit. His 3-1 pitch, ball 4, bases loaded. Second walk in the game for Marcus Allen. 3rd walk issued by Sebastian Watson.
Now batting for the Southpaws, the catcher, number 25, Matt Woodward.
The Doc Stewarts trying to keep this game going. Give themselves a chance to stay in it. They trail by 8. But 1 swing of the bat could very well change this game in a hurry. Time called for Matt Woodward, who will be the 6th hitter to the plate for the Southpaws here in the 5th inning. Dr. Randall's were trailing. What did Kenny tell me? They were down 3-1 in the fourth inning in that game against Columbia Gorge. So 1 out, runners at every base on the infield for the 5-hitter Matt Woodward. He grounds one, third base side, picked up by Cade Johnson. He goes to second for 1. They go to first for 2. Got the double play. Doc Stewart's will get out of the fifth inning. A great double play by Cade Johnson, falling forward as he moves to his left to get that grounder. Came up throwing to Logan Anderson at second. Relay to first to Daniel Withers in time. A 5-4-3 double play to end the fifth inning. We went from thinking this game had a chance to get done early. Instead, we're going to the sixth with some great defense by the Doc Stewarts. It is 12-4. Doc still with a huge hill to climb as we come back for the sixth inning on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
For the Mid-Valley Southpaws, number 10, Cam Garrett.
The Southpaws will make a call to the bullpen, brought to you by Chris Hubbard State Farm Insurance. Visit chrisinsures.com for a free quote today. Cam Garrett will take over for Brian Starr, who goes 5 innings in this one. Starr gives up 6 hits, credited with 4 runs, all of them earned in the third inning. I have him down, no walks, 2 hit batters, and he had 1 strikeout in the outing. So he didn't shut him down, but boy, did he do enough, and the offense definitely helps him out here today as well. Cam Garrett will take over for the Southpaws. First pitch swinging for Daniel Withers, pops it up on the infield. The third baseman, Drew Rice, been busy playing like an outfielder on the infield. He makes the first out here in the sixth inning. For Drew Rice, 1, 2, 3 fly balls that he has caught in this one. So 1 away. Drew Camp will get a chance to bat. First pitch swinging. He grounds one towards short. Throw to first. Just in time to get him. Throw from Cam Johnson, a hair ahead of Drew Camp. Camp came in defensively for the Doc Stewarts when Sebastian Watson went to the mound, so he took over for the pitcher's position and the DH in the lineup. There's quickly 2 away. Only a couple of pitches into this sixth inning for the new man, Cam Garrett. 2 pitches total. First pitch swinging, a grounder to short. Logan Anderson hustling down the line, but it is 3 pitches for 3 outs for Cam Garrett here in the sixth. Doc Stewart's go down, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. Can't be more efficient than that. Cam Garrett, a perfect sixth inning, and we go to the bottom of the sixth, 12-4 the score. The Southpaws in front of the Doc Stewarts in the first round of the AAA American Legion Baseball State Tournament here at 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
4, left fielder Aiden Metzger.
Bottom of the sixth inning, Doc Stewart's trailing 12-4 against the Mid-Valley Southpaws, and Sebastian Watson leading things off here for the Docs on the mound. He throws a pitch too far inside, doesn't get the break we'd been seeing out of the previous pitches. He will hit Aiden Metzger between the shoulder blades to lead things off here in the sixth. The Southpaws need just 2 runs to end this one early, leading by 8 at the moment. One man on, Dre Smith will bat. So the Southpaws have gone through the lineup once against Sebastian Watson. Metzger got his second at-bat against Sebastian to lead things off here in the sixth. First pitch outside to Dre Smith. Smith squaring to bunt again. He fouls off the pitch for strike 1. Docs Baseball brought to you by Pepsi and Bigfoot Beverages of Roseburg. Pick up a refreshing, delicious Pepsi today. Do want to say BTB Moving, our sponsor for RBIs and extra base hits. Docs got a double and a home run in this game, all coming back in that big 4th inning. Make that 3rd inning. As a offer on the bunt there. Just offered and missed for Dre Smith. 1-2 count. Cade Johnson has 3 RBI in the game. Those are the only ones for the Doc Stewarts. As another bunt shown by Smith with 2 strikes against him. He'll take outside for a 2-2 count. BTB Moving, they provide the labor services for your next move. Veteran-owned, affordable, dependable, efficient, and careful. They've got senior and veteran discounts available, so book now at 541-315-0122. A bunt laid down with 2 strikes. Watson will throw it to Withers. Got it there just ahead of the runner. 1 away on the sac bunt by Dre Smith. Up to second base goes Metzger.
Now batting number 19.
That'll bring up
Brett
Babbitt, who is 1 for 2 in this game. He reached on an error in the 3rd, had a double in the 4th, but was caught stealing on a pitch that was in the dirt. Thought he might have a chance to get to third base and was thrown out to finish the inning. He fouls off the first pitch. Today's game also brought to you by Abby's Legendary Pizza, a legendary pizza tradition. Watson steps off with a man at second base. So as it looks right now, Doc Stewart's going to be trying to keep the season going as they play tomorrow, barring a massive comeback in this one. Line drive, 1 hop off the infield dirt into left field. The run will score. A base hit for Brett Babbitt. His second hit of the game, gets his first RBI. And the Southpaws now need 1 more to end this game early. They lead 13-4. 1 out, scoring from second base is Metzger. Out to the mound goes Knox Hubbard. Docs Baseball this summer brought to you by Colorcraft. They're a paint store, not a paint department.
Number 5, center fielder Zach Lyon.
No matter when this game comes to an end, make sure you stick around for the post-game show brought to you by the Neal Company Real Estate. We'll recap the game for you. Pitch inside, 1-0 count. This will definitely be one that's not as fun to recap for the Doc Stewarts. 1 big inning for them. Thought we were back in the game, and Mid-Valley has just continued to pull away from there. Ball in the air out towards right center. Carson Dunn will lay out, won't get to it. Cole Collins bobbles it around, comes up with it late, throws in, and there's runners at second and third with 1 out for the Southpaws. So Zach Lyon with a double.
Back to the top of the order for the Southpaws.
Going first to third is Brett Babbitt.
Bryant Starr.
That's 2 hits here in the 6th inning. 9 hits total in the ballgame for the Southpaws. Top of the order, Bryant Starr trying to end it here with a base knock. Defense will play in. Sebastian Watson. First pitch, belted in the air. This will possibly do it. Drew Camp with the catch. A throw to the plate is offline, and that's the ball game. Southpaws will 10-run the Doc Stewarts here in the first round of the AAA American Legion Baseball State Tournament in Eugene. Final score is 14-4. Docs, after trailing 7-0 in the first, made it a 7-4 ball game in the top of the third. But then it was all Southpaws after that. The Doc Stewarts will face elimination coming up tomorrow when they play at 1 o'clock against the loser between the Hillsdale Merchants and the Medford Mustangs. We'll go ahead and recap this one for you when we come back after this quick break. We will have your Neal Company Real Estate postgame show when we return. Let's take at least a 3-minute break here coming up for you on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Remember the good old days when you didn't have to make an appointment or wait in line for an hour just to talk to your teller, when businesses were local and gave back to the community? At Cascade Community Credit Union, there are some things will never change. We're the only credit union or bank headquartered in Douglas County, and making our members a priority has always been our priority. For easy and simplified banking, visit CCCU. No appointment, just come on in.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
In baseball, home plate is always 60 feet 6 inches from the mound. But in life, sometimes your home plate needs to move. If you're planning to move, contact BTB Moving for help. BTB Moving is a labor-only company offering statewide services such as packing and unpacking, loading and unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. BTB Moving is an affordable veteran-owned company. Call 541-315-0122 for help with your next move. BTB Moving for all your moving needs.
Welcome into the Neal Company Real Estate Postgame Show. View available rentals and properties at nealco.com, where you can check out all of that information for your real estate needs in Douglas County. Well, not the game we were hoping for the Doc Stewarts to begin the state tournament here today. I thought maybe they'd have a chance, but unfortunately it wasn't the day for Colton Sywell at the start of this one. The Doc Stewarts did rally, but then they just couldn't muster any more as they give it all right back to the Mid-Valley Southpaws. So the Doc Stewarts, they're going to have to play with the threat of elimination on their back the rest of this tournament. Hopefully it will last through the weekend. But they've got to win tomorrow to make it to Monday. Final score in this one, 14-4. Doc Stewart's 4 runs on 6 hits, 3 errors, and 2 men left on base for the Mid-Valley Southpaws. 14 runs on 9 hits, no errors, and 5 men left on. The Southpaws take a 7-0 lead in the first inning. The Doc Stewarts would get 4 runs in the top of the third thanks to a 3-run homer by Cade Johnson, but they give it right back in the bottom of the third inning. Mid-Valley scores 4 runs. The Southpaws add 1 run in the 5th inning, and then in the game early, in the bottom of the 6th, they score twice to make it a 10-run victory for Mid-Valley. So the Southpaws will improve to 27-13 on the season. Doc Stewarts are now 19-16-1. More importantly, Mid-Valley is 1-0 in the tournament, and the Doc Stewarts are 0-1 here in the tournament. You can only lose twice, and so the Doc Stewarts are up against it now going forward. Getting the win will be Bryant Starr. Taking the loss will be Colton Sywell. We'll take a look at those numbers for Starr. He goes 5 innings, gives up 4 runs on 6 hits, no walks, 1 error or 1 strikeout. He also hit 2 batters in there. Colton Sywell came in at the start of the game. He does not record an out, gives up 6 runs on 3 hits, 2 walks, and 1 hit batter. Just didn't have it. And they quickly went to Tristan Ledbetter to try and conserve pitch counts and see if they can make sure the guys have the opportunity to come back at a later point in the ball game. So Sywell takes the loss. He drops to 3-2 on the season. We'll take a quick timeout here, and when we come back, we will wrap this up with a look at some of the individual numbers for the batters in this one, and we'll take a look at the tournament bracket to get you an update on how things go the rest of this tournament for the Roseburg Doc Stewarts. Again, 14-4, the final score in 6 innings. Mid-Valley, the win over Roseburg on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Remember the good old days? When you didn't have to make an appointment or wait in line for an hour just to talk to your teller? When businesses were local and gave back to the community? At Cascade Community Credit Union, there are some things will never change. We're the only credit union or bank headquartered in Douglas County, and making our members a priority has always been our priority. For easy and simplified banking, visit CCCU. No appointment, just come on in.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Well, a tough way to start out things here in the AAA American Legion Baseball State Tournament for your Roseburg Dr. Stewart's. A 14-4 loss against the Mid-Valley Southpaws, but we'll see if the Doc Stewarts can turn things around tomorrow and stave off elimination and make their way into day 3 of the tournament on Monday. We will find out the opponent for the Doc Stewarts coming up here a little later tonight. I would tell you to go to 541radio.com to stay up to date with everything, but the website is having some issues. Sounds like things are crashing on us, and it's, I guess, going to be time to replace some things. Oh, isn't that fun? But we'll have the game on our YouTube channel. You can listen to it online. You can listen to it on the radio. All sorts of the usual ways to follow the game tomorrow. And we'll utilize our Facebook page to make sure we get the word out there about what's coming up for the Doc Stewarts as well. So you can check that out. We'll also help pass along the information along to the Roseburg Dr. Stewart's Facebook page as well. So we'll try and get the information out there every way we can. I know it kind of sucks that 541radio.com is having some issues here this afternoon. That was not a fun thing to find out today. So we just deal with what we can and keep moving on forward, don't we? Taking a look at some of the individual numbers here as we finish things off in the Neal Company Real Estate post-game show. Again, check out nealco.com for available properties and rentals. Do want to say thanks to our sponsor, Evergreen Family Medicine. Evergreen Family Medicine in Sutherland now open for business, so check out their new facility just below the golf course. They've got state-of-the-art family medicine, urgent care, and lab services. For the Doc Stewarts, 6 hits in the ball game. Brooks Avery 1 for 3 with a run scored. Carson Dunn was 1 for 2 with a run scored and an RBI. He had a double. All doubles and extra base hits are brought to you by BTB Moving. Find them on Facebook at BTB Moving. They'll help you out with your next move. They'll provide all the muscle you need for your next move coming up. Cade Johnson, he had an extra base hit as well, which, of course, is brought to you by BTB Moving. He was 1 for 3 with a 3-run homer, had the 3 RBI and a run scored. Daniel Withers goes 0 for 3. Evan Martin 0 for 2. Drew Camp 0 for 1. Logan Anderson 0 for 2, make that 1 for 2 with a single, was hit by a pitch. Knox Hubbard goes 0 for 2. Cole Collins 2 for 2 in what I'm thinking is his final game in a Doc Stewart's uniform this summer as he heads off to the East-West Shrine game. If that's the case, best of luck, Cole, in that All-Star game. That should be a really fun experience for that young man. Unfortunately, it comes at the expense of being here with the Docs here through the rest of the tournament. Two things that definitely he deserves to be a part of, and unfortunately, you got to pick one or the other. So, but great game for Cole Collins, 2 for 2, scored a run in this one. Sebastian Watson 0 for 2 in the 9th spot in the lineup. On the other side for the Southpaws, 9 hits in the ball game, 1 for 2 for Brian Starr with 4 RBI and 2 runs scored. Drew Rice was 1 for 3 with a run scored and an RBI. Cam Johnson 1 for 3, a run scored, 2 RBI. Marcus Allen goes 1 for 2 with a run scored and an RBI. He had 2 walks in the game. Matt Woodward was 0 for 3 with a run scored and an RBI. Had an RBI on a bases-loaded walk. Aiden Metzger goes 2 for 3 in the game with 3 runs scored, 2 RBI. Drew Smith 0 for 3 with a run scored. Brett Babbitt goes 2 for 3 with 3 runs scored and RBI. He had a double in the game. And Zach Lyon was 1 for 2 with a double and a run scored and an RBI in the matchup. Doc Stewart's in this one give up 8 walks and 2 hit batters, no strikeouts for the Docs pitchers here in this one. Tough way to make their way through game 1 of the tournament. we'll see how quickly they can flush it and get ready for tomorrow. The team is staying here tonight, so hopefully the guys can rest up, take their mind off of it, try and gear up for tomorrow's elimination contest. It'll be against the loser between the next game coming up here. It's the Hillsdale Merchants and it's the Hillsboro Baseballism Wet Sox and the Medford Mustangs coming up in the next game here from Sweet Johnson Stadium. So we'll definitely be keeping an eye on that. We'll have more information for you as we get ready for tomorrow's game at 1 o'clock. Again, don't forget tomorrow, Doc Stewart's play at 1 o'clock. That means pregame at 12:45 here on The Score, or watch online at our YouTube channel. Best way to go about it is just go directly to the source. Go to YouTube and find it there. Search 1490 The Score to find our YouTube channel. Hit the subscribe button, and that way you won't miss any of the Doc Stewart's baseball games coming up throughout the rest of the tournament. All right, folks, that's going to do it for us here. We're going to get out of the way and make room for the next broadcast coming in and get ourselves back on down to Roseburg tonight. I'm going to go see yesterday the Beatles tribute band down at Seven Feathers coming up tonight, so looking forward to that. I'll have a review for you tomorrow in case you're curious. So looking forward to that here this evening. I'll get a chance to put this game out of my mind and let things wash over us and get ready for tomorrow's action, where we look to try and just hold on and make our way through to Monday. Want to say thanks to the Emerald Challengers for hosting the state tournament and making us feel at home here in the press box for this postseason. Want to say thanks to Brenton Cranford and Braden Studenbaker back in the studio for the radio production here today. Big thanks to head coach Eric Savage and the entire Roseburg American Legion baseball program for allowing us to bring you another season of Doc Stewart's baseball here on The Score. A big thanks to you, the listener, for tuning in for today's broadcast, because, of course, without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I'm Joey Kieran. We'll talk to you tomorrow when the Doc Stewarts play at 1 o'clock against either the Wet Sox or the Mustangs. We will find out that here momentarily here this evening. So we hope to have you with us then. You can tune in and catch the action streaming live with video on our YouTube channel at 1490 The Score on YouTube. It's presented by the Cow Creek Tribe. Or you can tune in for the action right here on Douglas County's home for sports, The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. All right, fellas. Appreciate